And thank you guys for all the submissions for name ideas for the new channel name. So for those of you who didn't see the last video, we are going to be changing the name from Surf Coaches to something else. And we've actually come up with a pretty cool name that we're proud about. We came up with a logo, but we can't tell you it right now. And the reason is we can't tell you what it is right now is because I have a rule. Whenever I'm going to start a new brand, we'll say, I have to do a few things. And one of them is I want to make sure that I get the domain name, I get the Facebook, I get the Instagram, and I get the name for all the things that are important, primarily the domain name, the URL, before I make that change, because it'll just make things a lot easier. So whenever I'm starting like an idea or a brand or a business or something, I always want to get the domain name. That just makes it so much better, more professional. Then you can have the email, and Moy at, well, I can't tell you guys, but I'm going to tell you. We're going to tell you in the next video or two what it is, and I think you guys are going to like it, and I think it'll be a logo that we're going to be proud to wear, and I think you guys will be proud to sport if you so desire. So we got another Q&A session. So remember, for all you beginner and beginner intermediate to intermediate surfers out there, we answer questions. We're going to do this like once a week. We're going to try to do it once a week, where we answer your surfing questions regarding any problems you may have. So without further ado, let's get started. Atua, go ahead and read them off.
Okay, first question by Fruit O. Hey coaches, I'm Sebastian. I'm an amateur surfer. I had a long soft top last summer. This summer I'm going to be riding a 5'9" solid surfboard. It's called a Newman type of board. Solid is a brand. I'm like 5'4", 130 pounds. I'm always wondering if you have any tips on like how to get better on my pop-ups. I pop up late, like almost when the wave crashes on me. Any tips? Thanks. Please keep up the videos. I'm a big fan. You guys inspire me. Thanks. By the way, I surf on the East Coast on the Outer Banks.
Ah, cool. All right, just listening to that, I can, the two things come to mind. So the first thing is, we have plenty of pop-up videos, so we don't really need to teach the pop-up anymore. I don't think your problem is the pop-up. I think your problem is timing when you catch the wave. I think that's your problem, because you're saying that the wave is breaking on you, you're catching it late. So I'm going to take a stab or a hunch that I think what you're doing is you're not head checking the wave, because if you don't know where you are as the wave comes and you're not sure where you are, it's very hard to know when to pop up, and you're going to get it wrong a lot. So we're going to show you one quick thing that you can do, and that's going to be the only tip, and you let us know if that helps. When you're catching the wave, you want to basically be head checking. So you're not looking at the wave, you're looking sideways, and you're using your peripheral vision. So you're not trying to like look straight at it. You're using your peripheral vision so you can still see in front of you, and you're basically keeping tabs on the wave. And if you do this, you're going to basically wait, and you're always head checking in front of you and to the left. Before you catch the wave, you look left, right, make sure there's nobody around, you know what's going on, and then you're basically like this, head checking. That way you can see where the wave is, and that'll let you know whether you need to slow your paddle down to wait for the wave, or if you need to speed up your paddle to catch the wave. And then you can learn to time it, and if you time it right and you get in early, then the pop-up is easy. So that's what it is, it's your timing. So head check your wave, watch the wave, don't look at it, use your peripheral and try to time it so that you coast right into it. The last two or three paddles, at that point the wave is close enough, you should be able to just look forward for the last 2 or 3 paddles, because you've already head checked the wave till it's right on you. Next question.
I think it's also good to look like to the sides with your peripheral vision. Also, because if you're going down the line, sometimes there might be people deeper than you or in front of you, so always good to check.
Yeah, double head checks. That way you don't drop in on people. All right, next.
Okay, I'm not sure exactly how this name is said, but it's either Joa or Joao Domingo said, I have a problem with my duck dive. I only can duck dive using my knee. If I use my foot, I can't duck dive. Can you guys give me some tips?
Okay, once again, it sounds like, without seeing what you're doing, but we're pretty good at like listening. If you explain in detail, we can kind of give you an idea, because usually there's always common things that people do that are always the problem, and that's why sometimes it's easy for us to spot. Okay, so you don't have to do a foot duck dive, but it is a nice thing to be able to do, especially if you have like a wart on your knee or something like that. Atua once had a wart in his knee, he couldn't duck dive. What I think is that you're not getting your foot on the board early enough. So one thing to remember is when you're doing your duck dive, as you're pushing down, your foot needs to get onto your board as you're going down. That way you can push. Whereas knee duck diving, we tend to push our hands down and then we shift onto our knees. With a foot duck dive, you need to start pushing the arm, and then as you're about, I don't know, 60% of the way pushed, then your foot has to join in on it. And then you're actually still going down a little bit, and then you kick. So that's my prediction on that. So try that out. And then just keep practicing it. If you keep practicing it, you'll finally figure it out. Next. Got anything to add to that?
I think a good thing about the foot duck dive is that sometimes you can push down further with your foot and you can get deeper sometimes for maybe bigger waves.
That's true. If you're good at foot duck diving, you can get deeper, but if you're not very good at it, it actually doesn't work as well as a knee duck dive, and you'll actually lose distance. All right, next. Practice in a swimming pool. All right, go.
Sebastian Vo. Hey you guys should make a video on surfing with bad eyesight. Like, what are the best methods to surf with bad eyesight? Like contact lenses, goggles, etc.
All right, I had answered this in the comments, but I wanted to answer it in the video. I am a good example of this. From the age of 16 years old, I had to wear glasses, prescription glasses, all the way until I was about 31. And at first, I wouldn't wear them because I was kind of like embarrassed to have to wear glasses. And it wasn't until I was able to get prescription sunglasses did I really start wearing them all the time. I basically used to walk around half blind, and I would surf without any type of glasses or anything for years, until I got to the point to where I was basically surfing blind. I mean, I could barely see the waves coming, especially when the sun set. So what I eventually did is I went with disposable contacts, where I wouldn't wear them at all. I would only wear them when I went surfing. I'd keep them in my car. If I drove to the beach back in Hawaii, boom, I'd pop in the contacts, I'd go surfing. When I was in the water, I didn't notice them. When I was out on land, but the problem was it made my eyes bloodshot red and super irritated. I had super red eyes, like my junior, senior year in high school, and all the teachers would accuse me of being stoned. And I would be like, no, I don't, which I didn't. I wasn't a stoner, but they all thought I was the stoner. And it didn't matter what I said, my eyes were bloodshot red. And eventually I got to some prescription sunglasses and I used some straps, but then I lost them. And it was like $600 to get prescription sunglasses made in a cool design. Finally, I got LASIK surgery. So I've had LASIK eye surgery for 10 years now, and my eyes are still perfect. So that has been a life game changer for me. I even forget what it's like to do this all day, push my glasses up. I used to do that like all day long, or wake up in the morning and reach for my glasses. Don't have to do that anymore. So there's a lot of options out there, but everybody's different. You got to find what works best for you. I don't know if those are tips, but next question.
Julius YT. I'm really sorry if I say your name wrong, but I'll do my possible best. Hey, I have a question for you guys. I'm surfing since 3-4 years and very active since 1 year. I can go down the line, do some turns and snaps. So I'm surfing goofy, but some people told me I have to change to regular because I'm right-handed. Do you think I should try to change or just stay on goofy because it feels a lot more comfortable to me?
Whoever told you that you need to change because you're right-handed or left-handed is an idiot.
Bogus.
I've taught so many people out there, and yes, sometimes left-handed people are goofy-footed. Maybe more than 50% of left-handed people are goofy, but I'm left-handed and I'm regular. And what I've found is there really is no correlation to your stance. And if you've learned one way and you've been surfing that way for 3 or 4 years, you're not going to switch. Now, there are cases where beginners will be told that they're irregular when they're not, and they'll be struggling. And I've had people come to me that are just beginning, and they maybe went to one surf instructor and they just like, I don't know what's wrong, man. I just can't do it. And I'm like, let's try the other way. Let's try just for fun. Let's try 5 to 10 waves, reverse stance that you're doing. And then all of a sudden they get it. So yes, there are cases, but saying you're left-handed or right-handed doesn't mean you should be a goofy or a regular foot. It just doesn't work that way.
My dad's left-handed, I'm right-handed, and we're both regular.
Mm-hmm.
There's no...
And it goes on and on. There's pros that are goofy, that are right-handed and left-handed, and vice versa. So no. Next question.
Always get multiple opinions on stuff. Surfin' Boy 1525. Q&A. Would you rather have to ride a longboard for the rest of your life or can't surf at all for an entire year?
I'm gonna say that I would rather not surf for an entire year. Not that I have anything against longboarding, but I've shortboarded my whole life, and
In the long run.
I think I could find something to keep me busy for 1 year.
I think I'd
Interesting question.
I would just be making a lot of videos and skate a bit more.
So you picked the 1 year?
I think
The
I'd
1
pick
year
the 1
prison,
year.
the 1 year prison sentence?
The 1 year prison.
Yeah. I think, most people, because that's what we do, right? So, and I've gone more than a year without surfing, so that wouldn't be too hard for me. All right, guys, so that answers the questions for this session. If you have any questions, beginner, intermediate questions, go ahead and put it in the comments. And if you're a beginner surfer or a beginner intermediate and you're looking to progress, you should definitely go to surfcoaches.com. It's in the description. We give away a free 5-video course there for free. It's some of the best videos that we've done that you won't find on YouTube. They're only in those packages. But anyways, we will see you, and pura vida aloha, next video.